Welcome to another reaction video. This episode, this go-round, we're going to be responding to something Elon Musk said.
Allow me to say that the SpaceX launch of human beings to orbit on May 30th, 2020 was seen by many as the first step in a new era of human space exploration.
I think that's fair. One of the things that Elon Musk is doing, some conservatives criticize Musk for taking federal money, but it has to be said that he is launching multiple rockets into orbit at a fraction of the cost that it costs when the government does it. So, yeah, there are things about this arrangement that could be improved. Yes, there are, but I think this is an improvement over the previous arrangement.
These human spaceflight missions were a beacon of hope to me and to millions over the past 2 years as our world has been going through one of the most difficult periods in recent human history. We see the rise of division, fear, cynicism, and the loss of common humanity right when it is needed most. So first, Elon, let me say thank you for giving the world hope and reason to be excited about the future.
Oh, it's kind of you to say. I do want to do that. Humanity has obviously a lot of issues, and people at times do bad things, but despite all that, I love humanity, and I think we should make sure we do everything we can to have a good future and an exciting future, and one where that maximizes the happiness of the people.
There's an important juxtaposition here that he's not articulating, but he is acting in terms of it. And that juxtaposition is, he said that people at times do bad things. Well, it's more than at times, it's all the time. At the same time, he's got a high view of what humanity is capable of, and obviously he's a true visionary. And so from a Christian framework, does the Bible give us this same juxtaposition? Yes. We have a doctrine of creation and fall, and mankind is created in the image of God and was built for glory. In fact, the Bible defines sin as falling short of glory. That's what sin is. When we fell in our first parents' rebellion and in our continued rebellion against God, we are falling short of the glory of God, as Paul says in Romans. So we were built to reflect glory. We were built in the image of God, created in the image of God, and we were built to reflect that glory. And there are still manifestations of that glory all the time. What men are capable of doing is simply astonishing. And how petty men can be is also equally astonishing. And so what we need is a worldview that confronts and embraces and acknowledges both of those polarities, the greatness of man and the pettiness of man. And that is the image of God and the shattered image of God in our sin. And I think that Elon Musk is grappling with those realities and is acknowledging both of them, but doesn't have a framework, doesn't have a shelf to keep it on.
Let me ask about Crew Dragon Demo 2. So that first flight with humans on board, how did you feel leading up to that launch? Were you scared? Were you excited? What was going through your mind? So much was at stake.
Yeah, no, that was extremely stressful, no question. We obviously could not let them down in any way. So extremely stressful, I'd say, to say the least. But I was confident that at the time that we launched, that no one could think of anything at all to do that would improve the probability of success. And we racked our brains to think of any possible way to improve the probability of success. We could not think of anything more, and nor could NASA. And so then that's just the best that we could do. So then we went ahead and launched. Now, I'm not a religious person, but I nonetheless got on my knees and prayed for that mission.
We have to make a distinction here. When he says he's not a religious person, he's not saying I'm an atheist and then I prayed to the God whom I believe is not there. When he says I'm not a religious person, he's saying I'm not a churchgoer. I'm not attached to any particular formulation of faith. But he knows something. He knows there's a God, and he knows that he can do absolutely everything he can do and still not be able to guarantee the safety of the people he's launching into space. And so he turns to the one who has absolute control over it. And this is an acknowledgement that what Romans 1 tells us, that we all know that there's a God. We all know his supreme power and majesty. We all know that he's there, and we all know that we are in his hands. And I think it is striking and admirable that Musk has acknowledged that, at least that much. But there's a way to go.